We're here with YPO in the 2023 World Economic Forum in Davos. And with me, I have the pleasure of having a very distinguished guest, a very good friend, and a fellow YPOer. I have with us Ross Perot, Chairman of Perot Group.
Tassos,
Ross,
thank you.
Thank you. Normally I'd say thank you for sitting in with us, but here I have to say thank you for standing up with us.
That's good. Well, I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
So Ross, a lot to discuss, and you come with such a background. Let me start with something that is on people's minds, and that is security. You come from the digital sphere. A lot is happening with quantum. People are concerned. What are you seeing in digital security?
I think for all of us in business, especially the entrepreneur, our entrepreneurial YPO member, a lot of us don't focus on cybersecurity. You're focused on your business, on your team, on your client, growing your business. That's where you should. But in the back of your mind, you must have a cyber plan, because one hack, you're out of business. And so you need a chief information officer, you need a team that focuses every day, but then you, as the chairman, as the CEO, you must bring it up. I bring it up every week with our CIO team. And every time I see an article about the latest hack, our team knows I'll be calling or sending it to them saying, are you ready? So be prepared. And test yourself, test your systems. We get tested all the time, making sure we're not vulnerable. And even then, you're going to have a problem. But don't make it easy. And just look in our country what happened to Southwest Airlines. They lost their whole pilot scheduling system. It cost them hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, because they didn't focus on their IT and didn't keep it up to date. Not a cyber issue, but just not staying up to date. Technology is expensive. It's critical. You need to invest in it. Don't cut corners when it comes to technology and a cyber plan.
And quantum, is that something that you're starting to see and face, and how one can protect it?
Quantum is coming. Quantum is here for the really big players. Quantum will change our life. The question will be, how long does it take? It is very difficult. It takes a huge amount of power. The big players can do it, but through the years, it'll get cheaper and cheaper. And so all encryption will have to change, all of our networks will have to change. And again, your chief technology officer, your team will keep you on top of that if you let them.
And let me switch gears a little bit. Inflation has picked up quite a bit in the US, in Europe. We're starting to see other places in the world this happening. You are also very much involved in real estate. Are you concerned that we may be facing a recession?
Well, certainly you have inflation in the system. In our country, it's starting to abate a little bit. It's starting to slow down a little bit. The economy is slowing down. The interest rates are going up. Certainly you feel it substantially in real estate. Home building is really dropping in the United States. The average home buyer cannot afford a 7% mortgage. I mean, they're at a 3.5% mortgage to a 7% mortgage. So home building will be hurt. The industrial building, which is where we focus, we're starting to see our prices calm down a little bit. The demand is starting to slow. The building will start to slow. And so it'll correct itself. The Fed will go to 5 to 5.25. They're going to continue to raise rates. And that'll be a lot of pain in the system. But for all the YPOers, this is what we do. We're entrepreneurial. Whatever cards that are dealt, we'll play the cards, we'll do well. So be creative, be flexible, have a plan. And for the young YPOers, don't be naive. There really are business cycles. And a lot of our young team members, they look at us like cavemen. They go, what do you mean the markets are going to stop? I said, look, you don't know how painful this can be. And when you've been in real estate 40 years, you've seen hard recessions. We've seen in Texas almost a depression. It was so bad. Be prepared. Don't get overextended. And if the markets start to slow down, don't be caught. Be ready.
Thank you for that. I want to pivot again and talk a little bit about supply chains. And if you don't mind to humor me for 1 minute,
Okay.
I'll share a story. I thought I was a pretty decent helicopter pilot until I spoke to you. And then I was humbled in learning that you've circumvented the globe on a helicopter. You're in aviation, you do a lot in fixed wing, you fly yourself. Are you seeing supply chains affect the business, this business, other businesses? Is it something that is concerning you? Or do you feel we're normalizing, and even in a multipolar world, right, with onshoring, will this continue? Will it rectify itself?
Oh, you for sure have supply chain problems. And what COVID did to supply chain is starting to heal. I don't think aviation supply chains are cleaned up for another year or so. in building construction, which we do, we still have supply chain issues. So they're here, it'll take a while, but also in our country, in the Western world, a lot of people aren't working. I mean, the entitlement spending has been so strong, people are paid not to work. And so we have a labor shortage, and we need people to get back to work, get back productive, and start building our country and the other countries around the world.
And if I may ask you one final question, that we're here in Davos. What in your mind is the one issue, one global issue that you feel should be addressed here? What's top of mind for you?
I think the one thing people need to be concerned about is energy. And we've seen what's happened to Germany when the Russians cut off the gas. And you're seeing the pain that's causing in the world. If we don't continue to invest in hydrocarbons, the world is going to have a huge problem, because without oil and gas, you will not have a smooth energy transition. And the transition will take longer than people think, and we must have a pro-oil and gas environment in order to give people affordable, reliable energy, which is what you're going to need to build the economy, to keep people working and keep people employed. We'll have a transition, but we've got to be smart how we do the transition and don't break economies, don't have energy poverty, don't put that much pain into the system. And right now, we're on a painful course. And if we don't get more money into oil and gas, you're going to see very high oil and gas prices.
Ross, thank you so much. As
Tassos.
always, great insights, and I look forward to welcoming you in the future again in one of our Davos series.
It was a great interview. Appreciate it. And we'll go flying again.
Absolutely.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.